Hi, my name is Reed Allen. I'm one of the keepers here at the Houston Zoo at the primates. We're here with our Coquerel sifaka, and we're also here with our conservation partner, Dr. Jonah Ratzenbazafi, who is the director of our Houston Zoo Madagascar program and the president of the Madagascar Research Project in Madagascar. So over here we have our Coquerel sifaka. We have Gaius down here, our male. He is 15 years old, and then Athena, who is 7 years old. In this society right here, girls are actually in charge, so Athena is actually more dominant than Gaius, even though she is his daughter. These guys come from northwest Madagascar, and they are actually critically endangered because of habitat destruction. They live in very dry areas, spiny areas, and are known for jumping and leaping around. And mostly they eat leaves, different types of leaves, but here at the Houston Zoo, they love to have little snacks like peanuts, which we have a few peanuts to feed them, and we also have some browse as well that we give them on a daily basis. You can see that they're already excited for that. I'll hand the mic over to Dr. Jonah so we can talk a little bit about what he does in Madagascar.
Sifaka, that is the Malagasy name of these lemurs. This is one of the greatest, very pretty lemurs of Madagascar. You know, we have 112 different species of lemurs, and the sifaka is one of them. They live in a family group of 5, 6, up to 9, and they are purely diurnal. They are only active during the day, and at night they sleep. They are critically endangered because of habitat loss. Lemurs, like sifaka, they need forest. But in Madagascar, the forests are vanishing, so they lose their habitat, and that is why we need to learn more about their behavior, about their what really that their needs, and having them in the zoo, like here in Houston, at the Houston Zoo, we can learn more about this sifaka, and I would say saving them here is like helping us to save the sifaka in Madagascar, because they need us and we need to save them from extinction. We only have less than 10% of the forest left in Madagascar, and within the next 35 years, if the speed of current deforestation remains the same, there is no forest left in Madagascar. 35 years is tomorrow. But I trust you. We can save the lemurs from extinction. We can save them for the next generation. And that's why you are here. And I am happy to be here to see the lemurs. Their home is about 12,000 miles away. But they are very happy here. And the kids, the many children, learn about the sifaka, learn about the lemurs, learn about Madagascar, and that is why, how can you save them from extinction? Madagascar has already lost 17 species of giant lemurs, and we do not want them to vanish. We are doing our best, and I believe on that we can save the sifaka for our generation. And for me, being at the zoo, seeing the lemurs, they are my therapy. So this is the zoo therapy. If I am stressed and if I come here, if I see the sifaka, if I see the lemurs in the forest, if I see the lemurs, that I am fine. So for me, I believe on lemurotherapy. They are my friends. If I am tired, if I am stressed, the lemurs are my therapy. It's like people when they want to listen to musicotherapy, and me, I love to see the lemurs musicotherapy. So you are here at the Houston Zoo at the zoo therapy. They are pretty, they are nice. So come to the zoo, support the program of the Houston Zoo, and if you support and if you help the zoo, that means that you save them in Madagascar. Because I work with the Houston Zoo, and I work with the local community, and conservation is always difficult when people get little access to food, little access to education, and little access to health care. And saving the lemurs means that saving the people. That is simple. And we don't have Statue of Liberties, we don't have Eiffel Tower, we don't have Egypt Pyramid, but we have lemurs. And come to Madagascar, come to the zoo, learn about the lemurs, and we can save the lemurs for our generation.
So right now we're giving them some of their browse. They get browse every single day, and they just got a few treats. And you might have seen during this that Athena was asserting her dominance over Gaia just a little bit, trying to get all the great snacks, peanuts at all. These guys, like I was saying before, they like to leap around different places. You might notice on their toes that they have very flat edges, and those are actually for when they jump onto cactuses, those dry things, spiny forests that have very sharp objects. They can land on those very safely and kind of keep hold and keep balance onto them. These guys, a lot of people come by and think that these guys are monkeys, and they may look like monkeys because they have tails, unlike the apes. These guys are actually part of a group called prosimians. These guys were around before monkeys were even around, 65 million years ago, and they developed on the island of Madagascar. So like what Dr. Jonah was talking about is that a lot of habitat destruction is happening out there. Only lemurs are found in Madagascar. So if the habitat destruction continues, there will be no more lemurs in the entire world because they're only found in Madagascar. So that's why it's very important to come out to the Houston Zoo to promote conservation programs like the one that Dr. Jonah works with. And you can help save animals in the wild just by coming out to the zoo. You can also help these guys out in the wild by reducing how much paper you use. And rosewood. Rosewood is a product that is found in Madagascar that is sourced there as well. And you can help animals here in the Houston area by also reducing how much paper you use, seeing what sources are being made, and also replanting forests as well to help animals around here, just like the Madagascar lemurs. And these guys are, like I said before, they are sifaks. These are a little bit different than the lemurs that we have here at the zoo. We also have ring-tailed lemurs. We have 4 of them named Kareem, Tully, Tango, and Cleo. And we also have our crown lemurs, too, that actually share this exhibit. They come out usually in the afternoon, if the sifaka like to shift, which sometimes they do not. The crown lemurs are Tashi and Singi, and you might notice them very differently than the others because one is a different color than the other, and that is called sexual dimorphism. That means that males are always looking different than females, and so one of the males is a different color than the female, and that's just to establish who's who in the hierarchy in that group. Do we have any questions? No questions yet? So Gaius here is actually the one in the back, Gaius and Athena actually. He is kind of related to a famous sifaka that was used in the show Wild Kratts, Zabumafu. He is distantly related to them. And these guys are also really interesting because since they only eat leaves, they have a very weird digestive system. So their digestive system can really process a lot of leaves. They have to break down that stuff, which is very hard to do. They'll eat some fruits and obviously mixed nuts, but a lot of times it's leaves like the one that Athena's eating right now. Since they have such a sensitive stomach, these guys are very hard to maintain in zoos, and so we take very good care of them, and we make sure to keep a close eye to them because they can get sick very, very easily. So that's why even though we're feeding them some browse, these browse are actually sourced by our horticulture staff that find very non-toxic or safe leaves to feed these guys on a daily basis. And that's why it's great when you come out to the zoo not to give any kind of random pieces of browse to animals because you don't know what is toxic and what's not and what will hurt their digestive system, like these guys, which we keep a very close eye on. And if they were to get sick, it would not be a good thing. That's why we have a good vet staff here at Houston Zoo that really take a good look and will make sure to help these guys out if they do become sick for some reason, which thankfully does not happen very often.
I have a question for you
Yes.
both. What is your favorite part about working with lemurs? And we can alternate.
My favorite part about working with lemurs is just seeing the difference between them. Since they do come from different areas of Madagascar, they have different adaptations. So the sifaka, since they live in spiny areas and they leap more than climb around than the ringtail lemurs, it's cool to see their different adaptations.
For me, the most important is like they are very friendly. They are very friendly, and you never heard the lemur attacking. They're small, but they never attack people. And the other thing is when they are their baby, they are really take care of the baby like human, because they're our cousin. They are primates, and we learn a lot on the lemurs by observing them. How do they care of their baby? They never left baby out. They really have intensive care of their baby. So they're so lovely. We have learned a lot on them, and they are the habitat. The people. They are the habit in the forest. They know the forest, and we've learned a lot on their behavior by observing them. They're all kinds. Yes.
Reed, Grace asks, how long do they usually live?
These guys, Gaius is a little bit older. He's around 15, and then Athena is around 7, so that's around middle age. They live between 15 and 20 years old, and sometimes in zoos they can get up to about 25 or up to 30, and that's pretty normal for lemur species. So these guys are getting up there. We won't be having any babies anytime soon because they are pretty hard to take care of. And not a lot of zoos do breed them because of that reason. So we will not be having any babies anytime soon. But these guys, they'll be living their happy lives here. They'll be getting quite a bit of browse and lots of spoiling.
And where can you find them inside the zoo?
We can find them in the world of primates. They are in between the tamarin area, our cotton-top tamarins, and our potus monkeys. So if you come from the entrance by the reptile building, you'll see them very closely. And you might notice that there's a little bit of color difference in them. They have some white on their back and some black on their chest. That's actually called counter camouflage, and a lot of different animals use those. It's to actually ward against predators. So if predators are looking up towards them, they might see the darkness of the rainforest, and if they're seen from the sky, so a bird of prey, they might just see the ground, the lighter colored ground area. So you might see a little bit of difference, different animals, but a lot of animals have the same kind of camouflage strategy. See them leaping up quite a bit. We also have large platforms up there at the top which allow them to leap from spot to spot, and they love doing that. They have very good muscles in their legs that allow them to leap from different places, which they still walk on their forearms quite a bit, but when they want to get far distances, they'll leap from spot to spot, and they do that also coming inside. I didn't really talk about these guys' personalities a little bit. You might noticing that they're a little challenging each other, moving their head around. Gaius over on the left, he is a little bit more laid back. He's very relaxed male. He definitely doesn't assert any dominance towards Athena very often. And Athena is she's a very wiry girl. She's a little nervous sometimes, and but she is very sweet and will come in for peanuts. And you see that little head bob right there. She's a little tired. It's getting close to them coming in for their lunch area. These guys, since they live in an exhibit that also have the crowned lemurs, so we keep these guys out for the morning time. And then around noon, you might not see these guys on exhibit, and that's because they're coming in to get their lunch. Then we're going to put out some lunch for our crowned lemurs, and the crowned lemurs will come out and enjoy the rest of the afternoon with these guys on this exhibit.
Before we wrap up, is there anything else you guys would like to say before we wrap today's Facebook Live?
Thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for coming out to the Houston Zoo. These guys really appreciate it, and I really appreciate it as well.
Thank you very much for helping us to save the lemurs, because trust me, together you can make the difference in saving, and they're our friends. Lemurs are our friends, so come to visit the zoo, come to Madagascar. That's how you help to save them. Thank you very much.